What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 51 of Week in Review. My name is Sean. On this week's show, we're going to take a look back at the best of the year, best movies, best games, best limited edition items, slash questionable purchasing decisions. We'll also look forward to quarter one 2019 and the new exciting things that are coming out, and we'll look forward to this week's new releases. We're going to start on the game side because that's going to be nice and easy, because I don't actually know if I feel like I have enough evidence for like a game of the year. Throughout the year, throughout quarter 1, 2, and 3 in review, I talked a lot about Sea of Thieves and how much I enjoyed that game. Specifically in the first and second quarters, I was really hyped on that game. But I never went back to it. I played it for the opening couple of weeks. It really stuck with me. I really liked the gameplay. I liked the art style. It was a game that clicked with me in a way that didn't. It's not a game that I typically usually play, which is like a strictly online cooperative game. And I really like that about it. But I never went back to it. And they've been really good about adding new types of quests, new DLC, all that sort of stuff. And I just never really went back to it. You can say the same thing for State of Decay 2, which is a game that I was really excited about. And I don't think it quite hit my excitement level the same. I was more excited than I thought it was good. And it was probably jankier than it should have been. And I don't know. It was a game that I like the core concept of and I thought was good. But again, I played it for the first week and never went back to it. And they have also updated with DLC, and that hasn't been enough to bring me back on board. The other games that I played this year, Forza Horizon 4, Hitman 2, and Spider-Man, and even you can throw Red Dead Redemption 2 into this category as well, those are all games I spent a very small amount of time with, anywhere from 4, which would be Hitman 2 and Red Dead Redemption 2, to maybe 10 hours with, which would be Forza Horizon 4. And none of them stuck with me in the way that I thought they would. Specifically, Forza Horizon 4. That's the one that comes to mind the most. Where I was like, man, I'm excited for this game, and it just didn't click with me the way that Forza Horizon 3 did. And I never really went back to Red Dead Redemption. I want to go back to Spider-Man. It just ended up as a whole mess. Hitman 2 came out late in the game, and it was just a lot of stuff. All of a sudden was oh boy, I have a lot of games to play, and no time to play them, so whoops. I actually ended up playing more games than I thought I did. Initially, I was oh boy, I gotta write a list and try and figure out what in the world I played this year. And I played a lot of stuff, but none of it really stuck out. I looked back over the trophies and achievements on my PlayStation profile and my Xbox Live profile, and that was a good chunk of games. I played Querulous Scoot, I really liked that. That was probably my favorite story of the year, was randomly getting a code from them. That was really awesome. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I feel I've listed off a good set of games that I really enjoyed this year, but I don't know if any of them were head and shoulders this is the game I liked the most this year. Even though I don't necessarily have a definitive game of the year pick, I still think all 6 games that I listed, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Spider-Man, Hitman 2, and Forza Horizon 4 are all good games to play and check out, and they actually show a pretty wide variety. The movie side of things is actually much more interesting because I feel I saw a lot of them as compared to the games where I played a lot of smaller stuff and not really a ton of the bigger stuff. I saw a lot of movies this year, and the fourth quarter was particularly strong. Usually when I do these quarterly reviews, I do the best of the quarter and then I fold it into the overall list, and typically I pick 3 movies. This time we're going to pick 4 because there were 4 really standout movies that are all going to factor into the top 10 of the year-end list. That isn't really a coincidence. It's because everybody puts stuff out for Academy Award nominations. The Golden Globes just happened the other night as of recording, and I can't believe Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Picture Drama. Are you kidding me? Why did you not nominate Widows? Bohemian Rhapsody, not that great. Widows, far better. I forget what else is nominated in that category, but I guarantee you it's all better. It's actually Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, If Beale Street Could Talk, and that Bradley Cooper movie, the musical one. What the hell is that movie called? I saw 19 trailers for it. I can't remember. Anyway, I guarantee you all of those are better than that. They somehow didn't nominate Widows. Conveniently, Widows is the best movie I saw this quarter. I loved it start to finish. It was fantastic. Right under that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which no matter what kind of subgenre category you want to put it in, it's easily the best animated movie of the year. It's easily the best superhero movie I've seen this year. It's the best comic book movie I've seen this year. And in each of those categories, it is a strong contender in the top 10 of each of them. It's one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. I loved this movie so much. I actually saw it a second time and liked it even more. Something about when I initially saw it, the The emotional peak of Miles's loss didn't quite click with me correctly, and I felt underwhelmed by the uh, climactic battle sequence. But upon rewatching it, the emotional sequence early in the movie clicked better, and I understood what they were trying to do with the final battle. I felt like it was much less of like, we have to make a big exciting fight, and it's a lot more of Miles coming into his own and being like, hey, I'm Spider-Man and this is going to be awesome and I'm an awesome Spider-Man, and taking control of that. And God, that movie's so good. It's so good. It's I mean, if you want, I can tell you even more about it. It's a fantastic movie. It has beautiful art style, and thankfully that won a Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature, which is terrific. It is easily the best animated movie of the year. So that slides in at that number 2 spot. The third slot is going to go to The Favorite, which is a movie that I just really, really loved. It kind of came out of left field. I didn't think I was going to like it quite as much as I did. I was excited by the trailers, and it took a turn that I wasn't expecting, and I was totally in on it. It was like kind of like twisted fun that I really, really enjoyed. In that fourth spot is Can You Ever Forgive Me, starring Melissa McCarthy, which is a movie that I really, really enjoyed. All of these movies are so close together. Like, there isn't a ton of difference between Widows and Can You Ever Forgive Me. It's just what clicked with me at the time. But Can You Ever Forgive Me is a very interesting story. I like it a lot because Melissa McCarthy is doing something different, but I think, and it's something I skipped over when I originally talked about it on this particular show, was Richard E. Grant, who plays her, like, friend slash light spoilers accomplice towards the end of the movie, gives a terrific performance. He's been getting some award nomination love, which is awesome to see. He's very, very good in this movie, and I skipped over it, and so I apologize for that. It's a great movie. Man, I don't know. There's something, I said it when I originally reviewed the movie, but there's something about movies that have characters that are kind of like assholes that I really, really enjoy. So Can You Forgive Me slides into that number 4 spot. As of the third quarter, the top 10 list looked like this. Number 1 was Love, Simon. Number 2 was A Quiet Place. Number 3, Thoroughbreds. Number 4, A Simple Favor. Number 5, A Fantastic Woman. Number 6, 8th Grade. Number 7, Black Klansman. Number 8, Upgrade. Number 9, Deadpool 2. And number 10, Ocean's 8. And then honorable shout out to Mission Impossible 6, which is a great movie that's like a smidge too long. That is a really solid list. And even if you put these 4 movies in and the honorable mention of Mission Impossible 6, this is a solid like top 15 list. But I'm just going to do a top 10. I'm going to give Widows the number 1 spot. I love this movie and I think about it a lot. It really stuck with me. I like the way the reveals are done. I think the cast is great. It's getting criminally overlooked in the nominations for awards, which is unfortunate. Viola Davis is terrific. I mean, the whole cast is terrific. It's great performances. I loved Widows. Number 2 is actually going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love the movie. I think it's just incredible. I talked about it just moments ago, so I won't reiterate too much of it. Spot number 3 is going to go to The Favorite. Fantastic movie. Olivia Colman won Best Actress in a Comedy. Super, super happy for her. That is totally awesome. Number 4 is going to be Love, Simon. Our previous number 1 holder through most of the year fell a couple of spots this time around. Number 5 is going to be Can You Ever Forgive Me? So that means A Quiet Place is number 6. Thoroughbreds is number 7. A Simple Favor is number 8. A Fantastic Woman is number 9, and rounding out the top 10 is 8th Grade. But like I said, you can add those other 5 movies in, Black Klansman, Upgrade, Deadpool 2, Ocean's 8, Mission Impossible 6, and make a really compelling top 15 list. So those are my movies of the year. Shout out to Widows. Congratulations. You are number 1 for 2018. Really quickly before I forget, the limited edition, the best of the limited edition stuff, probably would be that Sweet Purple Reptar that was from San Diego Comic-Con. So shout out to my cousin who brought that in, or brought that up for me. Really, really appreciate it. You also have the 2 Hyperkin Duke controllers, which are really great. The Sea of Thieves Xbox controller and the Sea of Thieves hard drive, and the strawberry, chocolate strawberry flavored donuts that hopefully will be making a comeback this year. So there you go. There are 5 great limited edition / questionable purchasing decision options for you. We're going to hit what I missed. Because I shortened the list to 5 games and 5 movies last quarter, I only missed 1 game, and that was Nickelodeon Kart Racers. By all accounts, it was not a very good game anyway, so I probably didn't miss much. So I'm super happy with that. We'll stick with that. We're going to do 5 5 movies and 5 games if they are available. That number is available. Looking forward into 2019, the first quarter of 2019. The first quarter of 2019 is actually pretty stacked as far as games are concerned. There are a lot of games coming out. Some of them I'm not super interested in. That would include stuff like The Division 2, I believe, is out in March. I don't really care about Anthem. People are excited for Jump Force, but I'm not a fighting game guy. Mortal Kombat 11 may be in there. So that's already looking like a pretty stacked list. For me, the games that I'm looking forward to are stuff like Kingdom Hearts 3, which even though I'm not really looking forward to the game, I love Toy Story, Monsters Incorporated, and Big Hero 6, and those are all 3 represented in this particular game, and I'm excited to run through at least those worlds. Hopefully they're not too far into the game, because I'm not going to understand what's going on. Kingdom Hearts has been around for 16, 17 years at this point, and there are roughly 914 games, and they all are connected to the story in some way, and I just don't think it's going to make any sense. And I don't think if I even went back and tried to play the games, it would even make sense. So why bother? Just jump in. I'm going to enjoy some Toy Story, some Monsters Incorporated, and some Big Hero 6. The second game I'm looking forward to in quarter 1 of 2019 is The Occupation. It was supposed to come out last year, but it got delayed until February 5th. And this game looks really interesting to me because you play as a journalist trying to solve or do an investigation of some sort. But time is a factor, and that's super interesting to me. I don't know. It gave me like L.A. Noire vibes, which I really, really like L.A. Noire. I like kind of that detective, like put the clues together sort of thing. I know a lot of people kind of shit on L.A. Noire because it's like, oh, it's really obvious if they're telling the truth or lying or, doubting, whatever. Like, I thought it was fun. I really liked it. There was something about The Occupation that really struck me with that similar kind of chord. Maybe it's just the fact that it's like kind of a mystery and you have to solve it. I don't know. I'm looking forward to checking that out in February. And then later in February is actually a very big month for the games I'm talking about. This in this segment come out in February. On the 22nd, Metro Exodus comes out, and this was a game that I saw the trailer for, and I was like, I don't know if I really am into this. I like the atmosphere and I like the way the game works, but I don't feel like I understand it. Then I watched about a 20-minute gameplay video of it and went, man, this is awesome. I should probably play the other 2 Metro games behind me so I can prepare for Metro Exodus, which looks like it has a more open world aspect to it. I don't know. That gameplay demo was fantastic, and it made me really, really excited for Metro Exodus. Later in the week, there are 2 games coming out. The Lego Movie video game 2, the second part, whatever the title of that game is going to be, which will also be on the movie side of things. I really enjoyed not only the first Lego Movie, but I really enjoyed the first Lego Movie video game. I actually really like the Lego games. They're a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing this game, and it's budget priced at $40, and that comes out on the 26th of February. Also on the 26th of February is Dirt Rally 2.0. Dirt Rally is a very difficult game. The regular Dirt games are totally fine. 1, 2, 3, Showdown, and 4 are all really good games that I am competent at. Dirt Rally is really, really difficult, and I'm looking forward to trying Dirt Rally 2.0 to see what that's all about. So those are 5 games that I'm looking forward to in quarter 1 of 2019. Over on the movie side, there aren't really any movies that strike my interest until February, and on February 8th, the Lego Movie 2, the second part, which is a very funny title, hits on February 8th. I talked a little bit about it on the game side. I'll reiterate it here on the movie side. The Lego Movie, not the video game, just the regular movie. I mean, the video game's good, but the movie is really great. It's one of the best animated movies, period. I love it very much, and I'm excited to see what the sequel does. I thought Lego Batman was really, really good. I didn't see the Ninjago movie, and I don't think this is really going to hit the heights of that first movie, but if it's even like 3/4 as good, I think that's still a worthy effort. I like the trailer so far, and I'm excited to check it out. On Valentine's Day, Alita Battle Angel comes out, which is a movie that is probably not going to do super well, I would imagine. For some reason, people don't really seem to like the look of the movie, but I like Robert Rodriguez, Mahershala Ali, and Christoph Waltz enough to go see it. I think it looks pretty interesting. In March, Captain Marvel hits on the 8th. It's a Marvel movie. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's weird because I've done this show for just about a year now, and I haven't talked about a single Marvel movie on this show. What's different about Captain Marvel and the other 3 movies that have come out that I haven't talked about on this show is I like Brie Larson, and I like the directors of this movie who did Half Nelson, which is one of my favorite movies ever. A week after Captain Marvel hits theaters, that is a really tricky sentence to say for some reason, Jordan Peele's back with his sophomore effort in Us. I like the trailer. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. And then finally, on March 29th, Dumbo comes out. I'm a big fan of elephants, it has Frank Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Batman's in it. So it's a pretty good first quarter of both games and movies, and those are 5 of each that I am looking forward to checking out. So be sure to look forward to future episodes of this show, or watch future episodes of this show, I should say, for reviews and thoughts on all of those, hopefully. I was good last quarter. Only missed one. So here we go. We'll continue that trend into the new year. Finally, on this week's show, we'll look forward to this week's new releases. On Blu-ray, Let the Corpses Tan comes out finally. I've been very excited about it. It never made it to theaters here, but I liked the trailer, which looked pretty crazy, and that had my attention. Mid-90s also hits, and I'm curious to watch that movie again and see if I missed something. I was actually pretty disappointed in that movie. I reviewed it a couple months ago when it came out. I think that was late October. A movie called Monsters and Men comes out. It has John David Washington, who was in BlacKkKlansman and is Denzel Washington's son, so that could be interesting. And Office Space gets a 20th anniversary edition, and I thought that would be kind of interesting to look at as a movie that I don't think I've ever actually seen all the way through. And being that I would have only been 8 when it came out, or 9 when it came out, and I'm 29 now, what does that movie look like to someone who doesn't have any sort of nostalgia for it? So I was kind of curious about that. In theaters this week, The Upside with Bryan Cranston, Nicole Kidman, and Kevin Hart hits theaters. I like the trailers. It might be a little bit sappy, but it looks like a pretty good time. The Thing also showed that On the Basis of Sex, about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, could be hitting theaters. I'm not really sure. And hopefully, If Beale Street Could Talk comes out as well. They keep showing trailers for it. Just put it in theaters, please. It's been out in larger markets. Bring them here now, please. Thank you. Also, side story on the Basis of Sex. Some guy, they had like a big stand in front of one of the escalators at the movie theater, and some guy was trying really hard, like an older gentleman who doesn't understand the concept of like how to take a selfie, was trying really, really hard to take a picture with that poster. I don't really know why. They're a big fan of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They could be a big fan of the actress in it. I don't know. There are no games this week, and of course Xbox Game Pass decided to announce their additions the day after the episode posted. So Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 hit. That's on the service right now. You can also play Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. I would recommend playing Life is Strange Before the Storm first. It makes Chloe a lot more likable and much easier to deal with in Life is Strange. I played Before the Storm, really enjoyed Before the Storm, went back and played Life is Strange and was like, oh, this character makes a lot more sense in like vanilla Life is Strange, because if you play the first one and you just jump into it, she's kind of unbearable and you don't really have a sense of like why she's that way. But watching her journey in Before the Storm really helps with that. So I'd recommend playing both of those games. I haven't played Life is Strange 2 just yet. I'm waiting for the full thing to come out. Ark Survival Evolved also hit the platform, which is a game that I've been curious about, but I think has been tremendously overpriced at a full $60 for a game that basically looks like it's in early access. And then on the 10th of this month, Just Cause 3 hits. It'll probably melt your system, but if you like big, goofy, explosive fun, check that out. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Week in Review. If you enjoyed the content, scroll on down, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and while you're there, leave a comment. Let me know what the best movie of the year you saw, or the best game of the year that you played, or what you're looking forward to this year, or did you make any questionable purchasing decisions, like 2 separate Hyperkin Duke controllers, with maybe a third one on the way? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to check back every Tuesday for more Week in Review, and we'll see you next week. Bye!